coppers ain't sure it is a gang murder.
Of course it is.
Yeah, he's known to have been with a woman, it says. Scotland Yard is anxious to trace the taxi driver what picked up the couple.
Oh, go on. It's gang war, all right. Well, I knew him, didn't I? A proper villain he was. A right bleeding crook. Look, you can spot him a mile off. If you ask me, bloody habit's got him. That's what's happened. All right.
Blimey, here's Daffodil. Oh, I'm away.
See you, pal.
How's it going, mate? Bit Monday morning, is it?
Cup of tea, please, Albert.
The Employment Secretary said it was encouraging news. The gangland murder. Police have confirmed that the man shot in Ealing on Saturday was Edward George Dollar, for some years known in London's underworld as the Chap. Dollar was thought to control a multi-million-pound vice empire and had spent 23 of his 47 years in prison. Police are anxious to trace a coloured woman seen with Dollar in the West End some hours before the shooting. It is believed she may have been used by a rival gang as a decoy. They would also like to interview the taxi driver who dropped Dollar and the woman in Park Avenue, Ealing. It is thought he could be of considerable assistance in their inquiries. The weather. A shallow depression.
Ah. Oh, my God.
Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Callan.
Hang about.
Mr. Callan.
Hang about. What do you want then?
Nothing, Mr. Callan.
Oh, blimey. That'll be the day. What you done?
Nothing, honest.
Yeah. Well, go on, mate. If you've got something to tell me, tell me. I've got the worst bloody cold I've ever had in my life, but I can still smell you, so let's have a bit of clean air between us, do you mind?
Oh. Well, it's these gangsters, Mr. Callan.
Oh, yeah.
It was me. It's in the paper, Mr. Callan. This bloke, Dollar something.
Ted Dollar?
Yeah. Him that was shot Saturday.
What about him?
I mean, it says the police is anxious to get in touch with a taxi driver. It was on the wireless and all. Well, it's me they're after.
You?
I mean, I was the one that drove him to Ealing, him and the bird.
You've been out touting for fares again, you stupid little... Right. I suppose you tell me what happened.
Well, it was just a fare, Mr. Callan.
Go on.
Well, she gave me the address. I drove him there, that's all.
I warned you, didn't I?
Yeah, but, Mr. Callan, what am I going to do?
What did I tell you?
But, Mr. Callan...
Listen, what did I tell you?
Look, I need help.
Do you know what you've got yourself into?
Yeah, I know you told me all about the 14 years business, but, I mean, God blimey, they can't give me 14 years just for driving the cab.
14? Mate, you'll pray for 14 years by the time you've finished.
Mr. Callan, you don't think they could do anything to me, could they?
Did you see anything?
Oh, no, never seen nothing.
Anybody get your number?
Oh, no.
How do you know they didn't get your number?
I told you, nobody saw me.
But they know you bloody exist, mate, don't they? They've been looking for your stupid face.
Oh, my God.
Bloody marvellous, isn't it? I mean, how do you know somebody didn't spot you? They could have spotted you from a window anywhere. And when they do catch up with you, mate, I'm really in it, aren't I?
Yeah, but I mean, if I go to the law, they'll ask questions.
Well, of course they'll ask questions.
Well, I don't want to lose my licence.
Mate, you're going to lose more than your licence by the time you've done.
But, Mr. Callan, these blokes, they're killers.
Well, you should know.
I sent for you an hour ago.
I'm sorry, sir.
Where have you been?
Confession.
Now, there is a time and a place, Callan.
Yes.
What have you got to confess that I don't know about?
Oh, it's a personal matter, sir.
Right, forget it. This is business.
Yeah, I'll try to remember that.
Now, sit down. We'll have Mears in, I think. He knows as much about it as I do. Send Mears in, Liz.
Oh, God. What's it all about, then?
Patience. You're not a fisherman, are you, Callan?
No, sir, no, I'm not a fisherman, sir.
You should be. It breeds habits of peace and patience in those who practice it. Isaac Walton.
Oh, yeah.
Come in, Mears.
Sir?
Sit down. I was going to tell Callan about Thursday evening, but you can fill in the background. It was your contact, I believe.
Yes, sir. Well, David, it seems that someone has a bit of a phobia. So there's this flap on at Luton Airport.
Will you translate?
Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be Griffith.
Griffiths? He's a tatty part-time courier.
A special branch are pulling me in for a chat.
What are we supposed to do?
Nothing. Just observe.
Well, doing nothing. It's not exactly our job, is it, sir?
Well, the thing is, David, it may not be Griffith.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still office boys' work, isn't
You
it?
work as you're told.
Oh, come on,
Now, that is my decision, Callan.
There's more to it
All
than
right,
that.
Toby, do you mind? I don't need you as well. Sorry, sir.
Right.
A word, friend. Just wanted to let you know, Titch, there's no need to go running to the coppers, right?
Coppers?
That's it.
Right, nothing to do with me, mister. I never saw nothing honest.
He says he never saw nothing, sunshine.
Nothing of what?
My mate says, nothing of what? Hey? Hey?
Nothing of nothing. You're a bit careful, you do.
Careful, son.
It's not my cab.
He says it's not his cab, sunshine.
Belongs to a friend of mine.
Oh. Does it? Does it? Really?
Well, you won't be very pleased you muck it up.
You haven't mucked up too much, have you, sunshine?
He'll smash you. That's what I'll do. I've seen him smash a lot bigger blokes than you.
What a pity, isn't it, to look after you, Titch?
Look, mate, you and your tough friend just stay out of sight for the next couple of weeks, right?
Especially out of sight of the law.
Yeah, and if they asks, you was at home all day Saturday with your missus.
I ain't married.
Oh, what a shame. Isn't that a shame, sunshine?
Yes, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and you won't forget, will you? Will you?
Oh, and by the way, tell your tough friend anytime, okay?
CID. We're making inquiries in connection with the shooting of Edward George Dollar.
Oh, yeah.
We want to talk to the chap that drove the cab.
Might have seen something. Yeah.
We've made all the usual inquiries, asking him to come forward, but so far nothing doing. You haven't heard anything, I suppose, have you?
No.
No. Well, we'll get him in the end. Even if it means asking every bleeding cabbie in London.
Well, I ain't heard nothing.
Nah, well, it's early days yet, isn't it?
2 teas, anything?
Fancy teaching.
Yeah, oh. Thanks a lot, mate. Just a job. Take you a little while then, won't it?
Well, that's how it goes, isn't it? Bit hard on the old patients sometimes.
Yeah, I'm on the flipping feet.
Oh, you can say that again. Anyway, if any of your lads do come up with some information, doesn't matter how small, would be very good.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, well, you never know, do you?
How about you, then?
Well, me?
Heard anything on the old grapevine, have you?
Me? Well, no, I haven't heard nothing.
Well, we have got one clue. Very little, but it's a start. Someone saw Ted Dollar getting into a cab with a woman in Mayfair.
Colour girl. Yeah, and he reckons the cab had an H registration with a 5 in the number somewhere. Yeah, well, I only make the tea and that.
Oh, sure, of course. Still, you never know, do you?
Where's your cab, mate? Outside?
No. Mine's in dock.
Oh, what's up?
Well, look,
Had a smash, have you?
just a little smash.
Driving it Saturday, were you?
No, not Saturday. I had the whole day off.
You was in here.
This is handy for me. I live just round... Good grab.
Find you in here again, can we, sir, if we have to?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you.
You won't forget to give us a buzz if anything turns up, will you?
Thanks again for the, tea. Well, you won't forget, will you? If you hear anything.
Where have you been then? I've been looking for you.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Callan. I've been waiting for you.
Oh, yeah. You like it out there, do you? Or would you like to come in and shut the door?
Oh, tar.
I've got a job for you tomorrow. I need picking up.
Oh, will it keep me late, Mr. Callan? I was going to ask for the day off.
Oh, dear. I'm very sorry about that. Oh, you got a bird or something?
No, it's nothing like that, Mr. Callan. Mr. Callan, I can't do it. The cab's bust.
What do you mean, a cab's bust?
It got itself damaged.
It got itself damaged? You had a smash up, haven't you?
No, I didn't. I never did it.
Well, who did it? Go on, sit down. Oh, go on, what happened?
It was these fellas, wasn't it?
Well, go on, I'm not a bloody mind reader, am I? What happened?
Well, it's about the murder.
You know something? I guessed that, didn't I?
I just don't know who to tell anything to anymore.
You don't tell anybody. Except me, right?
That's it, Mr. Callan. That's right. I've never said nothing to nobody about you.
No, well, you wouldn't, would you? Because if you did, mate, nobody'd know much about you for very long, would they, eh? And that is a promise.
Well, I think I better be going then, Mr. Callan.
I think you better be sitting down, don't you? You're stupid. That is your trouble, isn't it? You are stupid. So who smashed up the cab, then?
Two fellas. They was waiting for me at the garage when I went back this morning to clean it. I think they must be the ones that did the shooting.
You recognise them?
No, but they told me I was not to go nowhere near the coppers.
I don't know about you, Lonely. I really don't know about you.
And they told me I was not to say nothing to nobody, just like you said.
Yeah. So they smashed up my cab, just to make sure you knew they meant business, right?
That's right, Mr. Callan, and that's what they said. What am I going to do, Mr. Callan? Well, I mean, you'll have to tell me. Well, it is your fault. I never asked to be a cabbie.
You're pig thick, Steve, aren't you?
Wasn't just me.
I told you to trace the bastard and measure him up, not advertise yourselves.
It was obvious the kind of bloke he is.
If he's got any guts, he's chatting up the law now.
No.
You're not even sure it was him.
Of course it was.
Who's the other geezer then?
I don't know, do I?
He's a nothing. A bluff. The little bloke was just trying to put us off. That's
Yeah?
all. Yeah.
And what if he wasn't? What if there is another bloke? You know what that means? It means there's at least two of them now. Witnesses, informants, call them what you like. The law can use them and will. Two. And there shouldn't have been one.
Look, Mr. Abbott, he was a sweaty little cabbie, that's all. He obviously knew what we were on about. OK, so the cab didn't belong to him. There's nothing unusual about it. He was driving it all right.
Does sound like him, Dick.
Oh. How tall was he?
Who?
Well, who the bloody hell are we talking about? The cabbie. How tall was he?
I don't know.
Oh, and yet you say it sounds like him. You're worse than they are.
Oh, look, Dick. All I said was the bloke who drove us was little. I'm sure.
And that's good enough, is it?
Oh, come on. Doesn't matter whether it was him or his mate. They've got the message.
Oh, they got the bloody message, didn't they? They got it loud and clear. They know how it was done, where it was done, and who did it.
Probably never saw anything.
My last words to you before you left. I said no shooting till the cab was out of sight.
It's the way it happened.
You had plenty of time.
Tina got out of the wrong place.
She what?
It's not true, Dick.
It bloody is.
Shut up. All right, all right. Get out there, find him again.
The cabbie?
Get him to take you to his friend.
You're joking.
And then do both of them.
But you don't even know if he's told.
I don't know anything, darling.
Oh, yeah, it's us, isn't it, Abby? Not you. We're the ones who'll cop it, not you.
That's right.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you can forget it. Dollar's one thing, but I'm not...
Find the cabbie and his friend, get rid of both of them. Well, you might just find yourself winding up where Dollar is now.
£60? You're out of your mind, Callan.
Oh, well, his windscreen was smashed. He had two headlamps smashed. A few scratches on the bodywork. I mean, nothing much.
If your little friend smashed the damn thing, don't tell me. What sort of accident was it?
Oh, I'm not quite clear about that, sir.
Pity it wasn't fatal.
Yes, sir, yeah. Well, what about the damage, sir?
Callan, he may be a friend of yours, but if he's had an accident, he must fill in the proper form in the proper way. Don't bother me.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't bother you with it, sir. I mean, I wouldn't do that for the world, except that I need a chitty out of you to go to bloody accounts to get the repairs done. See, as far as I can understand
That is all, Callan.
Yeah, as far as I can understand it, sir, it was the kind of accident where nobody can claim, you see. I mean, for instance, now, let's just say that your missus takes the car, right, and she leaves it outside a shop. Then some Burke comes right in behind her, you know, smashes in, and then drives off.
Is that what happened?
Oh, no, sir.
Are the police involved?
Not really.
That's not really an answer.
They don't know his name and address. They haven't even got his description.
The day that they do, he may have that fatal accident.
It wasn't his fault this time.
I don't care. If he breaks cover, you're both finished. Aren't you? Sort it out.
Yes, sir.
Callan?
Yes, sir.
Was it really an accident?
Oh, I do feel bloody awful, you know. I should have a couple of hours in bed. Really should.
Send me ours in, Liz. Yes.
Sir?
Yes, huh? Our MCF appears to have met with an accident.
Lonely's little boss.
I want to know exactly what kind of accident.
Is Lonely hurt, sir?
Not yet.
You know, David, I've always admired your taste.
Yeah, you've told me before.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I must have. Oh, I hear Lonely's had an accident.
Well, just forget it, will you?
And so's the shiny MCF you dreamed up in your one glorious day.
Toby, just forget it.
You know, you must have been out of your mind.
Oh,
David.
belt up,
I mean,
will you?
giving him that job involving the silly little bastard in section
The
business.
silly little bastard is not involved in section business.
He comes damn near to it sometimes.
You just leave him to me, will you?
All right. All right, David. It's your funeral.
Yeah.
And he'll probably drive you to it one day, if there's anything left of the cab, of course. Oh, by the way, I've been told to pick you up tomorrow night, 7:30. All right? I say, David, these are really rather very good.
Look, what about this job in Luton tomorrow, hmm?
Well, we also serve who only stand and wait.
You feel like wasting your time at Luton tomorrow night?
Not really.
Yeah.
But the governor says jump, so I'm jumping. Look, I really must go. I'll see you tomorrow night, then. 7:30. All right? Where?
The garage.
Garage?
Lonely's place.
Lonely's place. You know, David, I mean, you really should be in bed.
I'll keep on telling him. Oh, God. Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Callan.
What the hell are you doing here? I said I'd see you at your place.
Can I come in, Mr. Callan?
Lonely. I said I'd see you at 7. It's just on 5 o'clock.
David, please.
Hang on. Okay, so... You want to come in? Come in. Come on, move it, move it. Are your friends?
They made me bring them here, Mr. Callan.
It wasn't an accident, sir.
Go on.
Somebody smashed up the cab deliberately. Headlamps, windscreen, little damage to the paintwork. Quite effective.
Who did it?
Perhaps Callan knows, sir.
Where did it happen?
In the garage.
Some sort of personal thing Lonely's got himself into?
Personal, sir? It's anything to do with Lonely. It's to do with Callan, sir.
I take your point. I'm getting a little tired of our friend Lonely.
I can be of any help, sir.
Oh, I hope not. For his sake. All right. But, Mia,
Sir?
I'll bear it in mind.
Got your boys back, just in case they get into any more trouble.
Who the hell are you?
What's through there, darling? Through there.
The linen cupboard.
Linen cupboard, just what I need. Come on. Come on, move it.
All right, all right.
Get inside. Do you mind?
Glasses. Scotch. Join me? No.
Where you going, miss?
Shut the door.
That's a very thoughtful lady. Now come back to the bar.
What's the deal?
There's no deal.
What then?
Lay off. That's all, just lay off.
I take it you mean your cabbie friend?
You take it correctly.
He's very fortunate. But if I can't accept...
I think you better.
That's a threat, is it?
No. That's a promise.
What'll you do? Go to the law?
The law can look after its own affairs. This, Mr. Abbott, is very personal.
Uh-huh.
You touch him once more. You or your blokes touch him once more. I'll touch you very hard.
What's so special about your little friend? You queer for him?
No, darling. But with scrubbers like you around, it's a wonder we're not all bent, isn't it?
She's a gas, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's got a one-track mind.
I noticed. Right, sit down, miss, will you? Over there. Please.
See? He's got very pleasant manners.
Go on, come on. Stroll, lady, stroll. Mr. Abbott, I want to see your hands at all times.
You've been reading too many paperbacks.
It's a pity some of your boys don't read a few more, if they can read.
Look, why don't you sit down for a minute?
No, thanks.
Suit yourself. You a gambler?
No.
Took a bit of a risk coming here.
What, with those two?
There could be more.
Yeah, there could be.
I don't like strangers busting into my pad.
Well, that's mutual. I don't like strangers busting into mine. We got something in common, haven't we?
Nor do I like cocky little runts trying to muscle in.
Don't you worry, lad. I wouldn't touch anything of yours. The dirt comes off on your fingers.
It'll give me a great deal of pleasure to cut you down to size.
All by yourself. Mr. Abbott, take your hand out of your pocket, sit down on the bar stool and put your hands on the top of the bar where I can see them. Now.
Dick, please.
That's a good lad, Dick. It's very cosy.
What are you after?
You know what I'm after.
You want a job? Offering me protection, is that it?
Oh, come on, Mr. Abbott. You can look after yourself.
Money?
Mr. Abbott, there are some people in this world who want one thing out of life and one thing only, to be left alone. That's all I want. For me and my mate.
I don't believe it.
That's your problem.
Now, tell me, why should someone like you try to take on someone like me, eh? Not because of some cab driver. No, don't tell me that. Not because of some crummy little mug who hasn't the guts to go to the law. No. You know who I am. You must know what I am.
Oh, yeah, I know what you are.
I'm a businessman. Very few friends, 1,000 enemies, tough bastards, most of them.
You're going to make me cry in a minute.
You know why? Because that's the way I want it. Now, you walk into my place waving that thing around, demanding that I lay off your seedy friend. Now, someone who can't possibly be worth the risks you're running.
That's up to me, isn't it?
I don't believe it. Doesn't add up. Something more to it. I'd like to know what.
Well, let's just say that I have a different set of values.
Oh, no, don't moralize. That doesn't fit.
I've told you what I want. Leave it at that.
You seriously think you can walk out of that door with an undertaking that I won't touch you?
Something like that, yeah.
Then I think there's something you'd better understand. Neither of you will ever stand up in court to speak against me.
Oh, come on, Abbott. Who needs us to tell them about you?
Who's he, for God's sake?
I don't know. But whoever he is, he won't be for much longer. I promise you that.
I don't like liars.
I'm not lying.
What do you call it, then?
I'll just not tell him.
I'm told everything.
This is a personal matter, sir.
Which seems to be threatening the security of the section.
No, it's not.
Your friend Lonely didn't have an accident?
No, sir.
No. What happened was deliberate.
Yes, sir.
Right. Who did it?
Sorry, sir.
Who did it?
I told you. I sorted it out.
Well, who did it?
No one you need worry about.
Oh, I'm not worried. But you better start worrying about your friend Lonely. You brought him into this affair. Just make sure you don't have to take him out.
I'll tell him.
If you don't, I know who will.
Oh, yeah.
Well?
Name's Callan.
What?
Callan.
We know his bloody name's Callan. What's his game?
Oh, he's a bookkeeper. Civil servant.
A what?
Works for Social Security or something.
What do you mean? When he busted in here, he was looking for unpaid contributions with a shooter? Where'd you get that?
Snooping around. Neighbours, shops, the milkman.
Milkman. What else?
Nothing.
Oh, come on. I mean, is he a bachelor? Does he live on his own? What?
I don't know. Don't seem to be any birds around.
Well, he's human, isn't he?
Apparently, he likes to keep himself to himself.
Ah. Yes, well, that's a little habit we might encourage, eh?
Do you ever do that to me again, right?
Couldn't help it, Mr. Callan.
That's your trouble, mate. You never can help it, can you?
Honest.
You are a little creep, Lonely, sometimes. Do you know that, a creep?
Thanks very much.
You get right up my nose.
Well, yeah, and what about you?
What about me?
What about me? You shouldn't go on enough about me doing a few jobs.
Listen, son, I don't care what you do. Just don't involve me.
No, you think I was a right villain here?
Don't you drag me into it.
I'm a villain all the time. You're dashing about and you're carrying a shooter. I'll tell you something. You're dangerous, mate. That's what you're dangerous.
You stupid... I have just saved your bleeding life for what it's worth.
Well...
Right, let's look at the damage. You've done your job properly.
Please stop going on about it. I never want a bloody job. You can keep it.
No, will you listen?
Look, I don't want to know, Mr. Callan. I've had it.
Will you shut up and listen?
No, I will not shut up. I don't want to drive your lousy cab. Now, don't you start threatening me again. You're always doing that. And I'm fed up with it. See?
Lonely. Lonely!
If I'd never had a cab, this wouldn't have happened.
You never had the cab, mate. You'd be bloody dead by now.
Which one first, Mr. Abbott?
Is the yellow one there?
Is he? Now, come on, Judge, is he here?
I haven't seen him.
Where is he?
Take a look around.
Louisa, to what?
Steve! In the cab! They're in the bloody cab!
All right, that's it. Leave the gun where it is. All right, come on, put your hands on your head. Come out here, slowly. Come on, come on. I'll go around there. Come on, move it, move it. Come on, get a move on, inside. Good.
Having trouble, old son?
Thanks, David. It's mutual. Right, let's get out of here. Lonely, start the cab up. Toby, move that jag. Come on, move it, son. Move it, move it. Come on. Start the cab. Let's go.
So much for Griffiths, then. Absolutely nothing. I'm grateful, anyway. Yes, I know I can always rely on you people at the airport. By the way, I've got a couple of my men up there. They've probably made contact with you by now. They haven't? Are you sure? Yes, Callan and Mears. I sent them up just in case. There's no sign of anyone. You sure? Right. Thank you. Liz, when Callan and Mears... Well...
Well, it's my fault, sir.
Huh?
It wasn't actually Callan's fault, sir.
What the devil are you two playing at?
Well, you see, we couldn't get to Luton because I got held up, sir.
Traffic jam?
What? No, sir. No.
Are you in this, Mears?
Traffic was bad, actually.
Oh, yeah, well, it was bad.
It was my car, sir.
Was his car?
We
broke down, didn't it?
broke down, sir.
I shall want a full report first thing in the morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad the devil still looks after his own. And the Luton job was a waste of time anyway. Griffiths is clear. Which is more than I can say about the pair of you. Since when has it been your job to clean up the underworld, Callan?
Oh, that, sir.
Yes, that.
Yeah, well, you told me to sort it out. I mean, I sorted it out.
I didn't tell you to take the law into your own hands like a couple of gangsters.
Exactly what we are, sir.
Our work is essential to the safety of the country.
Oh, yeah.
We are not hired thugs.
No, of course we're not, sir. No, we're civil servants, aren't we? God bless her.
It's lucky for you that the police assumed that what happened was simply a case of gangland revenge.
Oh, is that what they assume, sir?
Yes, I understand that they're now satisfied that Abbott's death is tit for tat for the killing of Ted Dollar.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's
shut
my
up,
theory.
Callan. Get out, the pair of you.
Yes, right. You know, I know a couple of gangsters. They're not a patch on him.
Yeah, you must introduce me to more of your friends, David.
Yeah, why don't I do that? You'd fit in very well, Toby.
Thank you. Perhaps when you're better.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh.
Where's he? Come on.
Well, that's all cleared up now, Mr. Callan.
Yeah. You need to get yourself a new garage.
Yeah, still, they can't do nothing to us now, can they?
You could have friends, you know.
Nah, they wouldn't do nothing. Not now that Abbott's a goner.
You won't get yourself settled down, will you? I may be having a kip in a minute.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Well, I reckon we sold them off all right last night, eh?
Go on, shove off, will you?
Yeah. Well, good night then. Here, Mr. Callan. You and me, we make a good team, eh?
Thank you.